That was quite possibly the worst decision I've made all day. But I smell like a man. Like a man. Old Spice. No, that definitely was the worst decision I've made all day. But as soon as I can breathe again, welcome back to Pokexplanations, everyone. Or if this is your first time watching an episode, welcome to Pokexplanations, the special Valentine's Day episode. Today we'll be talking about two of the most romantic Pokemon I could find, that being Luvdisc and Ditto. So let's begin. So we're going to be talking about Luvdisc first, since Ditto is going to be the more popular decision. So let's go ahead and start with Luvdisc's descriptions. We start at one of the most romantic jewels one can find, Ruby. They live in shallow seas in the tropics. This heart-shaped Pokemon earned its name by swimming after loving couples it spotted in the ocean's waves. Another one of the most beloved gems one can find. Sapphire. Luvdisc is a symbol of love and romance. It is said that any couple meeting this Pokemon is promised a loving relationship that never ends. And my personal favorite gemstone, Emerald. Luvdisc makes branches of Corsola their nests. There is a custom from long ago of giving a Luvdisc as a gift to express one's feelings of love. And not a gemstone at all, let's move on to Fire Red. Like my shirt. Actually, the camera's probably distorting it. This is more of a blood red. Yeah, that works too. During the spawning season, countless Luvdisc congregate at coral reefs, turning the waters pink. So Luvdisc is pretty much just a playful Pokemon, and that's how it came to be known. It would follow these couples around, or anything it spotted on the surface, and it would just chase it to the water. So essentially Luvdisc made itself known to the Pokemon world by just following things it saw on the surface, and because of its shape and its playfulness, it followed couples around and got its name, Luvdisc. But going along those same lines, Luvdisc has a lot of mythology around it, or beliefs, or whatever you want to call it. Just different things people think about it. So, the Emerald description said that catching one of these Pokemon and giving it to the one you love, whoever they may be, is a symbol of affection. And I can see that. So it's pretty safe to say that because of this belief that giving Luvdisc to someone that you love is a symbol of affection, when these Pokemon go to breed in, I guess, Corsola reserves or something like that, I don't really know what you call a bunch of Corsola, a gathering, a reef, a Corsola reef. Yeah, let's go with that, because they're coral with a face. Anyway, it's safe to say that people will go out and they'll go out in mass, I would assume, and try to catch these Pokemon during the breeding season in the Corsola Reef, and that's really bad for their species, at least as far as I can tell. It's, you're pretty much stopping them from breeding, meaning, you know, less and less each year, lower chances of success for them. So I have to say they would really have to be protected during that time. And you can only catch Luvdisc that are away from the reef. So that would definitely be a world changer right there. And another thing I want to know is, what are you supposed to do with a Luvdisc once you've given it to someone? Are they supposed to release it after a set amount of time? This is a question that really needs to be answered. But in conclusion, to summarize Luvdisc, if it existed, yes, there would be laws about when you can catch it or where you can catch it. And I really think it would still hold the same romantic value. So, not really big, important, world-changing events, but I think they're significant enough. So let's just move from Luvdisc, now that my camera's battery has successfully died and been recharged, let us move on to Ditto. Now, of course, make fun of Ditto all you want, the daycare jokes and everything, but it's a very interesting Pokemon. And I mentioned it in the last episode of Pokexplanations, just briefly talking about Eevee. If you'd like to watch that video, please go back up here somewhere and click videos. There'll be one behind. So, yes. Let us move on to its description. Yellow version. When it spots an enemy, its body transfigures into an almost perfect copy of its opponent. Gold version. It can transform into anything. When it sleeps, it changes into a stone to avoid being attacked. Silver. Its transformation ability is perfect. However, if it is made to laugh, it can't maintain its disguise. Emerald. A Ditto rearranges its cell structure to transform itself. However, if it tries to change based on memory, it will get details wrong. Fire Red. It can freely recombine its own cellular structure to transform into other life forms. First of all, let me tell you about my experiences with Ditto, as far as memories of it are concerned. My first memory of ever hearing about Ditto was from the anime series. I don't remember what episode it was, but it was in the first season, I remember. Ash and the gang get caught up in this mystery house, and this girl has a Ditto there, and it helps her transform and change costumes and everything else. And Team Rocket tries to get it to transform into a teenie and all that, and it's amazing I can even remember this stuff. It's been years since I've watched that. That was my first time I heard about a Ditto. And my thinking about Ditto from that point on was, it can only transform on command. Now, having going back and researched this, I see now that that way of thinking is almost wrong, but not quite, since it's still true to a point. It can change on command, just not only on command. As we read pretty much throughout each of those descriptions, Ditto can freely transform itself. When it spots something it thinks might be hostile, it can change itself into a stone, a very strong object, so it's able to reinforce itself, strengthen itself, do absolutely anything to itself. This Pokemon is amazing. But other than its transformation ability, Ditto doesn't really do a lot. And its transformation ability really has a pitfall to it because it can only transform into what it sees. So, such a sturdy object needs to be nearby for Ditto to be able to transform into it. Otherwise, it will get the details wrong and still be vulnerable, which is a very big pitfall to Ditto, especially considering its weak original form, which is just pink goo. And just on a personal note, I'd like to know, how on earth are Dittos made? You know, what had to happen way back there, you know, when Cranidos and Bastiodon and Aerodactyl and all those guys were still around actively? How did a Ditto come about? I'd like to know that, and Nintendo probably won't release that information, but it's just something I've always been curious about. So in conclusion, Ditto is really one of those Pokemon that really wouldn't change the world, but at the same time can exist, and we would never know it. Ditto could hide so well, right this very moment, as a matter of fact. So thank you guys very much for watching the Valentine's themed episode of Pokexplanations. I really hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up somewhere down here. A favorite should be right here. And please subscribe up here if you haven't done so already. I'll be doing a lot more Pokemon videos like this in the future. And if you have a suggestion, if you have a Pokemon you'd like to see in a later episode, please also leave it as a comment down below. I read every comment I get and I don't take them for granted in the slightest. I'd like to keep the show as user run as possible, as you know from watching past episodes, if you're already subscribed to this channel. Which, if you are, thank you very much. You, personally you, not them, you are my favorite, if you're already subscribed to this channel. But I would like to keep this show as user run as possible, as I just said, and I can't do that if you don't leave a comment down below. So if you think you got a Pokemon in mind, go ahead and leave it as a comment. There are no bad comments, there are no bad suggestions. So thank you guys again for watching, and have a happy Valentine's Day. I'm going to shut up now and try to enjoy mine, so I will catch you guys later.